Welcome to Backlash live here from St. Louis, Missouri, in which we are kicking things off with main event Jey Uso, who is challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship, currently held by Bron Breakker, the man who won the title by defeating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And Jey got this opportunity on Raw by defeating Penta in a great matchup. And with Jey Uso tonight, going into this first bit of singles gold here, coming through the crowd here in St. Louis, Missouri. What a way to kick off the show. No better way to kick off the show than with a world title match. And two superstars, the calibers of Bron Breakker and main event Jey Uso, the former right-hand man to the tribal chief Roman Reigns, with a former tribal chief in Roman Reigns after he lost to The Rock at WrestleMania. That's one thing I recommend you go back and check out. Watch WrestleMania a month ago. But Jey Uso tonight with a crowd behind him, yeeted away here in St. Louis, Missouri. The question is, will this crowd help him win the World Heavyweight Championship against Bron Breakker, who is in unstoppable form? He won the title against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, but he cashed in his money in that briefcase for a one-on-one match with the Beast. And with the help of Paul Heyman, defeated Brock Lesnar after Paul Heyman turned his back on the Beast to form the Vision with Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul. And well, let's get Bron Breakker out here, who obviously on the Raw after WrestleMania did defend the title against Sheamus in his first title defense 24 hours after winning it in one hell of a match. And this would be his second title defense tonight. And here comes the unpredictable badass Bron Breakker, the World Heavyweight Champion. The question is, will he be joined by any members of the Vision here tonight? It doesn't seem like he will be. It seems that Bron Breakker is out here to get the job done himself against Jey Uso. No Paul Heyman, no Bron Breakker, no Bronson Reed, sorry, at ringside. No Logan Paul. You've got to imagine that the Vision have some contingency plans set in place if things start to go awry for Bron Breakker here tonight. And Jey Uso maybe look like he's going to win the title. But Bron Breakker is confident, he knows what he can do, but the question is he too confident going into this match against Jey Uso? He's only had less than a week to prepare. Jey Uso got this opportunity in the last Monday Night Raw before tonight. And Bron Breakker would have had less than a week to prepare for Jey. Would have less than a week to get match ready for this world title match. While Bron Breakker, well, like I say, is the future, but most importantly, is the now of this industry. You can hear the crowd behind Uso and also behind Breakker. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Let's hand you over to, well, the title handover here in a second and get this match up underway as Charles Robinson, the referee, will officiate this one between Bron Breakker, the badass, and also in the main event, Jey Uso. Well, this one promises to be a great matchup to start the show. The question is, can Jey Uso win his first ever singles title here tonight to start the show, as these two just exchanging some words here? Bron Breakker maybe playing some mind games with Jey, maybe saying that Jey Uso's out of his depths here in deep waters in the nosebleed territory. Well, we're going this one. Bron Breakker looking for the shot, but Jey Uso counters with a shot to the midsection of his own, looking for the huge chops here, but pulled up short with the second one, and a big mistake there from Jey early on in this one. This Bron Breakker here teeing away with some huge strikes here as both men jostling for position at the start of this matchup here. And Jey, with the net breaker, takes down Bron Breakker. So Jey Uso tonight needs to stay focused. Needs to not let the crowd, yes, is the crowd favourite here tonight. Yes, he likes to yeet away with the crowd, but he can't let that get in his mind. He can't take his eyes as a prize, and that is the World Heavyweight Championship currently held by that man, Bron Breakker, who went for the moonsault with Jey out of the way. And Jey with that huge right hand. Well, here is what I was on about. Rocking Breakker with that huge right hand into the cover here on the champion. And Breakker out there at one from the yeet punch there by Jey. Like I say, the Vision, you got to imagine they're watching this one backstage. Paul Heyman will be here tonight. You got to imagine that Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, etc. are here with Bron Breakker, waiting to perhaps get involved as Breakker hangs Jey over the top rope, bending the rules a little bit there. Is Breakker out with a ground and pound. He gets control of this world title bout to kick off Backlash here in St. Louis, Missouri. So our main event is Cody Rhodes v Randy Orton for the Undisputed WWE Championship as Breakker overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Well, it's not where you want to be if you're Jey Uso, and the Rhodes is Breakker though, countered, and Jey again with that huge shot. And Jey eating away again, gets it for a second time. And there's the accent of Jey says on the attack here. So this will be a big win for Jey Uso tonight. So he's not been involved in the family drama that has been the bloodline at WrestleMania with The Rock, Roman Reigns, etc. As Jey looks at the basement drop kick, but Bron Breakker recovers there. And Jey landed awkwardly on his back. They may have tweaked something as Breakker flies him over his shoulder tackle. So Bron Breakker tonight would love nothing more than to silence the crowd here tonight and walk out still the World Heavyweight Champion as Breakker with that huge decapitating lariat there. Into the cover here on Jey, who kicks out too. I said the crowd are going to be 110% behind Jey Uso tonight in this one. They want to see main event Jey win the World Heavyweight Championship as he defeated Penta to get this opportunity. And Breakker here in control. A kick to the lower back there. Oh, Jey Uso is breaking out, just playing their mind games with his strength here. Just lifting up and slamming Jey into the mat. Just showing the control that he has in Jey. Looking to rally as Jey flies him over a huge clothesline, taking down Breakker. And Uso now with the elbow drop to the champion. And Jey here looking to rally in this one, looking to keep the champion down. Bron Breakker here. Crawling over into the corner. Maybe playing possum there. And Breakker, a huge gut shot there to the challenger. And now overhead, just launching Jey Uso. No care in the world for his opponent there. And Breakker now has Jey Uso on the ropes there. As Breakker here looking to go 23 miles an hour with the starting liner. But Jey is still in this one. Out of frustration. Bron Breakker thought that was enough to get the job done. As Breakker returns to the two shots to the face of Jey Uso. And again, Bron Breakker here to saying that this is his night. This is his time. And there's no one that's capable of beating him in the form that he's in. See, Bron Breakker's riding the highs of defeating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. We haven't seen Brock Lesnar since, if you believe Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker retired. Brock Lesnar, who was then the World Heavyweight Champion. It's Breakker now with Jey. Just drives him face first with the Bulldog there. And Breakker just perhaps looking for the end of this one here. It's Breakker caught there by Jey. And Jey scoots up Breakker here into a pinfall to steal the title. But Breakker with the strength rolls it over himself for the pinning position. Jey rolls it back over. Breakker does the same. Both men going back and forth. And Jey kicks out to keep his title hopes alive. Bron Breakker with a standing liner there. Takes down Uso. But Jey pushes Breakker away. And Uso with a spear of his own. But Breakker kicks out to keep the title reign alive here in St. Louis, Missouri. As Uso goes middle rope. Jey here caught by Breakker. Impressive strength. Up onto the shoulders. Gut check there. And Bron Breakker just in control of the matchup now after that huge shot to the gut there of Jey off the ropes. With the huge just Frankensteiner there. And Breakker again just enjoyed himself in this one. It's Breakker now with the delayed fist drop to Uso. And an elbow to the top of the head. Looking to wear down the challenger. It's Breakker now with a huge spine buster. Breakker believes that could be enough. But Jey shows heart and kicks out again. We know the resiliency of Jey Uso is stuck into multiple tag team titles alongside his brother Jimmy in the Usos. Arguably the greatest tag team of all time. But Breakker here again Just again showing his control of this matchup. See, Jey Uso, the veteran, being outclassed here, it seems, by the young upstart. And Bron Breakker fires him with a close into the back of the neck there. And Breakker now with a gator roll here to Jey Uso, taking the momentum away from Jey, taking the crowd out of this matchup here is Bron Breakker. He's looking to just wear down Jey with that huge crossface. And Bron now looking to lock in a submission here on Jey Uso, looking to make Jey Uso tap out here. Can he do so? Can Jey though dig down deep and find a way out of this one? It's Bron Breakker here. Forearm to the face, or elbow to the face as Jey counters. And Breakker now, Jey sees the opportunity, locks in a sleeper hold here on Bron Breakker. Looking to make Bron Breakker tap out here, or pass out to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Can he do so? But Breakker here rolls over, forces Jey away. And Jey now looking for a bit of a breather, pulling us up on the ropes here. It's Bron Breakker now off the ropes, catches Jey with a snatch power slam there out of mid-air. And Uso's in a bad way after this one, as Uso hoisted up and dropped down with a Falcon Arrow. Can imagine this one's in the closing stages of this world title battle as Jey off the ropes. Breakker knee to the face by Uso. And Jey now, what's he thinking next there? Uso now with a huge body slam. He's taking Bron Breakker down here now. Jey looking for a super kick here to put away Bron Breakker. But Breakker keeps his title reign alive. And this crowd want to see Jey win the title, but it's not happening for Jey right now. But Jey sees the opening, going to the top. Jey, Uso smash, but no one's home. And Breakker with the spear. But Jey kicks out. And Bron Breakker can't believe it. Bron thinks that should have been a 3. The crowd are tonight enjoying this matchup. They kick off Backlash here in St. Louis, Missouri. Breakker up. And down goes Uso. And Bron now returning to these huge fish drops to the face of Jey. As Breakker now is the one getting frustrated in this one. Believes it should have been over after that huge spear. Hats didn't quite get all of it. As Jey now top rope. Breakker. What's Bron Breakker thinking here? Not going for the Frankensteiner. Instead, a fall away. Stand there. Breakker now sends Jey over into the other corner. Maybe thinking Frankensteiner this time. As Breakker now looking to build momentum. As Bron Breakker here with the Frankensteiner to Jey Uso. And Bron Breakker now perhaps saying that this one is over. But Jey again showing some heart, digging down deep, trying to stay in this one is Uso, but he's rocked here, caught, shot to the midsection. Jey, super kick to the midsection, uppercut there, and Bron Breakker's down. Bron Breakker's in the drop zone. And can Jey get it? Jey with an Uso smash for the World Heavyweight Championship. But Breakker kicks out, and Jey can't believe it. Jey thought that was it. But Uso here couldn't Breakker to his feet. Super kick caught by Breakker. And Bron now just catches him and releases him over the top there. It's Breakker now. What is Bron Breakker thinking here? As Bron sending Jey to ringside. I think we all know what Bron Breakker's thinking next. Going deep into his arsenal here. Poor him, I might think this might be a mistake for Bron. But Breakker's going to go for it. Over the top, taking out Uso. And Breakker now getting back into the ring. And what a referee being distracted here by Bron Breakker in the ring and Austin Theory. It's come out of nowhere and Bron Breakker's got the distraction of the ref, and Austin Theory now. No, Theory. Was stomped to Jey. And Theory seemingly helping Breakker retain the world title here. And Breakker had the referee distracted, and Austin Theory came out of nowhere and just stomped Jey Uso at ringside, and Jey's out. Jey's surely done. And Breakker here just wearing down Jey Uso. This match is surely over. Austin Theory come literally out of nowhere and helping Bron Breakker perhaps retain the World Heavyweight Championship here tonight, as Breakker now just in control of this one. And Breakker now calling for the end of it. Now Jey Uso has been screwed out. So Charles Robinson was distracted by Breakker in the ring, who was complaining that the match wasn't over. And perhaps that was a trap employed by the Vision as a gut check there to Jey. And Breakker now. Jey Uso getting back to his feet, but Jey's out on his feet here after that stomp out ringside with a huge spear. And the crowd asking for one more time, but Breakker, I think, was going to do it anyway. Well, it's been a great title match and it's been ruined by what we just saw as Breakker with a spear. And Bron Breakker retains with the asterisks over it of Austin Theory at ringside, helping, stomping Jey. Out of nowhere, literally. Breakker with that huge tip-pick on Hilo, taking out Jey Uso. Was arguing with the referee that match wasn't over. Frustration, maybe a distraction employed by Bron Breakker. Maybe a strategy, a play put into play here tonight. And Jey gave it his all tonight. I mean, it wasn't for Austin Theory. He may have walked out a World Heavyweight Champion, but there was the final nail in the coffin. Jey Uso was out. The third and final spear. I think it was over after the second one. It was probably over after the spear at ringside, but Breakker retains the World Heavyweight Championship to kick off Backlash here in St. Louis, Missouri. And he doesn't not care what happened. All he cares about that is he is still the champion, and maybe that was a plan employed by the Vision here to keep Bron Breakker as World Heavyweight Champion, and it worked to perfection. And after seeing Bron Breakker retain the World Heavyweight Championship, it's time for our Women's United States Championship Triple Threat match. And at first is one of the two challengers in Chelsea Green, a woman who lost the match up to Ruca, in which it was a vacant title opportunity to crown the first ever Women's United States Champion. And Chelsea Green came up short on that night due to help from Zaria, helping Ruca win. Obviously after that, Zaria then had a change of heart, it seemed. Ruca was the champion. Zaria then attacked Ruca and set her sights on the title herself. And those two have gone back and forth, and some harsh words have been exchanged. It's mainly from Zaria, saying that Ruca held her back down in NXT and overshadowed her and took opportunities from her. And Ruca claims she did the opposite. As we can't avoid the fact that Ruca did stop Zaria from winning the title at one point when she knocked her off the ladder. But Chelsea Green here tonight is the awkward third wheel of this title match, I will say. Zaria and Ruca, those two with the history. Chelsea Green could maybe tonight use that to her advantage, as this woman Zaria is a woman who's pissed off. As last time I saw Zaria, she got hit with a soul snatcher by Ruca. And then Ruca was attacked by Chelsea Green at the top of the ramp with a unprettier to get the last laugh at that one. But tonight this woman is looking to prove herself right, that this is her time. As she was held back down in NXT, and Ruca took opportunities from her. That this isn't a mistake from her, going solo and breaking out of the team and friendship with Ruca. And Zaria tonight has got the most to lose in my opinion. Ruca could lose the title, yes. But Zaria has put all her chips on black tonight. And if she doesn't win big and walk out champion, now maybe people will question, is Zaria, should be in the position she's in, should be fighting for titles. Maybe she's not ready yet. Maybe she should go back down to NXT. Maybe her decision making will be put into question. But Zaria, every time we've seen her in action, has been impressive. But tonight she's got a lot to prove and a lot to lose if she doesn't walk out champion. And so she does not need to be pinned or submitted to not walk out champion there tonight. So Ruca could get beat by Chelsea Green and vice versa. But let's get out of champion. The former best friend of that woman in the ring, Zaria. The first ever Women's United States Champion. The only ever Women's United States Champion so far. And that is Ruca, the crowd favourite here tonight. And tonight she's looking to retain that title that she's proud of. Retain the title she's looking to make a big name with. And Ruca, we know tonight she's got a lot on her mind. Not only facing her former best friend, but also she doesn't need to be factored into the pinfall that could lose her the title. Like I said, it could be the other way around. Zaria could get beaten by Chelsea Green, or Chelsea Green could get beaten by Zaria, and Ruca loses the title. But this is going to be a great title match. A triple threat for the Women's United States Championship. We just saw Bron Breakker retain his title with help from Austin Theory. That's something we need to more dissect and figure out what that means for not only the division but for Monday Night Raw. But let's get this title match underway. Green versus Zaria versus Ruca for the Women's United States Championship. Let's get this one underway here in a second. And we go away we're going this one, and as expected, Zaria going straight after Ruca and Chelsea Green. Trying to play the awkward third wheel in this one. As these three women here trading blows in the middle of the ring. Ruca here looking to go 2-on-1 here, it seems. Looking to go to former best friend in Zaria. As Green now takes advantage, and there's a knee to the face of Ruca. So this one is a no-holds barred match, a triple threat match. So champion's advantage for Ruca in this one. As Chelsea Green, huge forearm shot there, but Zaria back in this one. And plants Chelsea into the cover for the title. But there's Ruca breaking it up. And these two now going back and forth, Zaria. But there's Green again playing the awkward third wheel. Taking down Zaria here. And just clawing away at her, it seems. And Ruca now with a face buster, sorry there. Chelsea Green's out of the way for the momentary, at least. These two 1-on-1 in the ring. As Green now back in, and there's an elbow drop there to Ruca. And Zaria with a huge shot there to Chelsea Green. And Zaria here with a huge swivel drop there. And look at turn attention to a former best friend. And Ruca, so this is hard to watch these two fight. Two people, former best friends. And Chelsea now again, this time in the backstabber there takes out Zaria. And with Ruca rolled out to ringside. There's a pinfall in the ring here. But Zaria kicks out. And just like that, Chelsea Green could have been the United States Champion. And Ruca could have lost her title, not being factored into the pinfall. That would have lost her it. As there's Chelsea with a huge drop toe hold, and Zaria, or I should say Ruca, sorry, back into this one. Zaria getting back to her feet here. This one's going to be a hectic matchup. There's a lot of moving parts in this one. And there's a rough ride in there by Chelsea Green, who was taking advantage of the dynamic of this one. As Ruca kicks out there at 2. And Zaria back into this one here. Huge shot there to Chelsea Green. And Zaria now with a rope here. Just looking to hang and choke out Chelsea Green, but Ruca there with a kick. And again another kick there, caught there by Zaria. And Zaria now ready to explode a German suplex. But again, Chelsea Green playing the awkward third wheel here. Taking advantage of the situation. Assertion hold it, locked in by Chelsea Green, but Ruca back into the ring. Breaks it up to keep a title reign alive. Ruca now. Throw him to the face there. Zaria going straight at Ruca. Zaria now plants her down. And Green I think was going to go after Zaria there, but a big error there from Chelsea Green. That's Chelsea now with a huge forearm strike. Super kick. Forearm. Oh, a little bit of a tag team being formed there by Chelsea Green and Ruca. But it's a short-lived one. And so with a roll-up looking to keep a title reign alive. Zaria at the corner. Breaks the pinfall up to keep it. An opportunity for herself. The body slam there by Zaria. Again, to Chelsea Green. But Zaria here going straight at Ruca here. Looking to do some damage to her former best friend. Sends her into the steel steps. Gets back into the ring. Super kick there by Green. A roll up here on Zaria. It could be all over for Ruca's title reign. It gets back in and saves it. And Chelsea Green frustrated at that. Screaming in the face of Ruca. And there's a snap suplex there. Turns your attention to Zaria. A huge moonsault. And Green, huge close onto the back of the head there. And well, this one's been hectic, like I said it would be. So a lot of moving parts in this matchup. Zaria now down after the net breaker from Chelsea Green. Ruca now in control. Looking to retain her title here. Going big. Launching. Green off the top. And Zaria though, closed down, drops Ruca. Chelsea Green now the one at ringside here. And now a huge running power slam. And Green again though, with a roll up looking to steal the title here. Pinning Zaria, who kicks out. And Ruca now from behind. Inverted Frankensteiner. But caught by Zaria and driven knee first into the ribs. It's Chelsea Green now. Going after Zaria here, Sends her into the corner. Ruca back into the ring. Wants to go after Zaria here, it seems. And Chelsea Green now. German suplex to Sol. So these two, a lot going on between them two. And Ruca seeing red there. Now Chelsea Green in control of the title match. Now Chelsea noticing that Zaria's down at ringside here. And Green now flatliner there. Elevated variation. It could be all over. But Ruca kicks out. Well, Zaria would not have been wouldn't have been able to change the decision there. She was out at ringside. German suplex there. But Zaria taking herself out in the process. Ruca, suicide dive. Wiping out Chelsea Green back into the ring. Clothesline though. Taps out Ruca. As Green now just mouthing off here at ringside on the ropes. Ruca that turns it around. And Green here just getting the attention of Ruca. And there's a huge forearm strike there though. And Chelsea Green had a plan and has executed it here. And Chelsea now back in. Zaria turns her attention to Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green was throwing some huge stomps there the way of Ruca, who's now at ringside. And Zaria is in control of this one here. Well, Zaria looking to win the Women's United States Championship, currently held by her former best friend and Ruca. And recovering at ringside as Zaria here with a huge stalling suplex. But Soul Snatcher to Zaria. And it could be all over. But Chelsea Green breaks it up and keeps the title. Hopes alive for herself. And Green now hooking Ruca up. Up Perdia. for the title. And it's Zaria showing this time to break up the pinfall. And Zaria here. Oh, huge bulldog there to Chelsea Green. Well, Ruca's down here. And Zaria backs it up into the corner. Spear. The Soul. Well, Chelsea Green now looking to steal it, I think. But Ruca rolls to ringside. And Zaria sent over the top rope here. This one's been all over the place so far. You expect nothing less from a triple threat match. Especially one as heated as this one between two of the three women. Zaria launches Green over the top. And Soul sweeps the leg there as Zaria. So Ruca now. Springboard. Mirror Salt takes out Zaria. And Green now sending Soul into the barricade. And Green now sending Soul into the ring post. Looking to isolate Zaria. And Chelsea Green might see us a weak link in this one. I'm not so sure about that myself. And Zaria here. Back to her feet though. And stomping away in the midsection. And so Ruca now back in this one, making a climb to the top. So Ruca now, what's she thinking there? So Ruca looking for a huge, looking for whispering the wind there. But no one was home. Zaria saw it coming, knows her best friend too well. Lariat there. Chelsea Green with a knee. So Ruca rolls out at ringside. And Green now stomped to the leg there of Zaria. It counters this time though, Zaria. And now Zaria looking to win the title. With the F5 into the pinfall. The Soul just breaks it up to keep it alive for herself. And this one's been all over the place. This one's been a great one so far though. As Chelsea now. Soul with a splash. And so Ruca now a huge forearm strike there to Chelsea Green. And another one. Drop kick. Reverse though. Green. Huge knee to the face. Now an elbow drop there takes down. So Ruca. And a huge pump kick there busts open Zaria. Who's now at ringside. And Chelsea Green in control of this one. As Green again elevated. Flatliner. Now Zaria back into this one. Chelsea at the mercy of Zaria. It sends her over the top. Both women collide at ringside though. And Zaria back into this one. Counters. And Zaria headbutt there. But Green slips the leg. And Chelsea now to Zaria here at ringside. Oh, prettier. And when Ruca's down in the ring, Chelsea Green sees the opportunity. Looking for a super kick. Soul turns it around. DDT. And Ruca now. Soul Snatcher to retain the title. And Zaria get there in time. She does. And so this one isn't done yet. And Zaria now sends Chelsea Green flying. As you see now coming to blows, middle of the ring. The two former best friends are now one-on-one. Again in this one, Zaria off the ropes, Ruca counters. And so now up. And down goes Zaria. But Chelsea's there to break it up. And Green now plants Soul, who rolls to ringside. And that leaves Green one-on-one with Zaria, who just got dropped. And prettier for the title. And Chelsea's done it. Ruca wasn't pinned, but she loses the title. She was taken out at ring. Well, she was out at ringside after that bulldog. Well, what a triple threat match we just saw. It was chaotic. It was all over the place, as we expected. But maybe the hatred of Zaria and Ruca cost each other this one, especially Zaria, who at times focused on Ruca, and Chelsea Green has managed to slip under the radar at moments in this one. And this is a moment here, right at the end. Ruca plants Zaria, stacks her up, and Chelsea Green just gets in the ring, hit a bulldog on Ruca. She was out at ringside. Zaria was out on her feet after being dropped. And then the Unprettier sees Chelsea Green, well, in a way, steal the title from Ruca. She didn't pin the champion. But Chelsea Green doesn't care. She is the Women's United States Champion. She ends the reign of Ruca a month in. And Green shocks the world tonight by winning the title here in the triple threat. You've got to say. And we're after seeing Chelsea Green win the Women's United States Championship. It's time for a tag team title match of the Undisputed Tag Team Championships on the line here tonight. The current champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, facing the number one contenders who have a victory over the current champions, and that is the Judgement Day, who's looking to bring tag team title gold back to the clubhouse of the Judgement Day. So Dominic Mysterio is currently the only champion in the Judgement Day as the IC champion. But tonight, we're going to see our second title change of the night. As the Chelsea Green has won the Women's United States Championship, could the tag team titles be changing hands and going back to the Judgement Day? That's the question. I said the Motor City Machine Guns defeat MFT to win these tag team titles or retain them at WrestleMania. No, did they win them at WrestleMania? I think they did. They won them at WrestleMania. This is their first tag team title defense, if I'm not mistaken. Here tonight in St. Louis, Missouri, up against a team they have been beaten by in the build-up to WrestleMania in the Judgement Day. Yes, they did kind of cheat to win that matchup. Yes, you expect the shenanigans again of the Judgement Day here again tonight. But the question is, are Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin more aware to those after what they experienced last time out? Well, here come the Judgement Day. It's going to be Finn Balor and JD McDonough going after the tag team titles here tonight. And what a popular duo, as you can hear from this crowd, as Finn and JD make their way out here. So they're looking to win the tag team titles. Like I said, they currently hold a victory over the current champions. So tonight, all they have to do is do what they did again. And maybe they can walk out tag team champions there tonight and bring gold, or tag team gold, back to the Judgement Day. It's been a while since they've been tag team champions. But tonight, the two Irish-born superstars could walk out here tag team champions in St. Louis, Missouri. As JD went on the protege of Finn Balor, a man trained by Finn Balor. I see Finn Balor and I believe Alex Shelley went one-on-one a few weeks ago, and I believe Finn Balor won that matchup. So the Judgement Day do have the momentum against the Motor City Machine Guns going for them right now, but sometimes that plays into the champions or the people on the lower end of that situation. You know, like the Motor City Machine Guns tonight, they've been beaten by the Judgement Day. They've been beaten in one of an action by the Judgement Day. So tonight they've got a lot to prove that they are capable of being tag team champions. They won them, you know, against MFT, but tonight they defend them against the Judgement Day, a team that have been, well, a team longer than the MFT have been around for. And I see that is Finn Balor and JD McDonough. They show a lot of history together. There's the tag team titles underline referee Dan Engler for this one. Let's get this one underway as Alex Shelley and also I believe Finn Balor. We're going to get this one started. I see these two went one-on-one a few weeks ago where Finn Balor won the matchup. Let's get this one underway here tonight. And what a show it's been so far. So we had a great opening title match. Bron Breakker retaining the title against Jey Uso with the help of Austin Theory. As these two here opening this tag match with some huge chops as Balor went for a huge kick there, caught there by Alex Shelley. So these two know each other well from that one-on-one match a few weeks ago. As Balor up and over the top, kick to the midsection, off the ropes, basement drop kick there by Balor. Gains control of the matchup here for the Judgement Day. With some boots at the midsection, and there is a huge forearm now. Again here, a boot digging into the midsection of one half of the current tag team champions in Alex Shelley. With the Motor City Machine Guns and Balor here. So the Judgement Day will have a contingency plan set in stone. You imagine at some point maybe someone else will come out here and try and help them. There's a quick tag here. Forms to the face, JD. Up over the top. We've got assisted backbreaker with the elbow there. As McDonough now with some boots to the face. Alex Shelley there, isolating. Alex Shelley here tonight. Oh, the Judgement there, but there's a huge mistake there by JD. Going for that moonsault. Alex Shelley counters, misses a huge chop there, gets the open palm. Slap, countered there by JD. Headbutt there. Using that big cranium as a weapon. As the Judgement Day now back in control. A brief period where they weren't. And now a huge Uranagi by JD, the Irish Ace. He's taking a second to bask in the boos of the crowd. He does not care what the crowd think of him. As JD now putting Alex Shelley to his feet here. But Shelley out the way, the attempted leg drop. To the dismay of Finn Balor here. A big mistake by JD again. See Balor, former Universal Champion, the first ever Universal Champion. Former IC Champion as well. Former NXT Champion as well. A lot of accolades going away from Balor. Not many for JD McDonough here in WWE especially. As McDonough slips at the back there. Front low chop block there to Alex Shelley. It's been a great start for the Judgement Day. They've been in control of this one. Huge Uranagi again. And taking out Chris Sabin. Stopping the tag for Alex Shelley, who counters there. And Shelley here. Super kick to JD. But realises there was no tag. And has to go back on the front foot. But JD counters there. So set Alex Shelley here. Set off the ropes. JD with a huge backbreaker. And McDonough again. Just annoying the crowd here. They want to see the Motor City Machine Guns retain the Judgement Day. Want to win the titles. And bring them back to the clubhouse for the first time in a while. As the Irish Ace sends Alex Shelley into the corner. Trying to make a tag though. Instead goes for a shot to the midsection. Alex Shelley counters there though. And Shelley. Super kick to JD. Takes out Balor. And Shelley now sends McDonough down to the mat there with a huge clothesline. I thought he was going to send him to ringside, but instead kept him in the ring. And looks to make the tag here to Chris Sabin, the freshman in this one. As Sabin now in the matchup for the first time. Huge double hip toss there. And double kicks in stereo. Now into the ground and pound. Here is Chris Sabin on JD McDonough here. And Sabin now in control. The freshman in this one. With a huge powerbomb. Stacks up McDonough to retain the titles. But JD keeps himself in this one. Well, kick there avoided. Stomp avoided. Kick, sorry. By McDonough. And McDonough catches Sabin into a Spanish fly out of nowhere. But Sabin kicks out, and I don't think would have made it in time. And now he can't get involved in this matchup now. Due to getting into the ring to break up the pinfall. He now has to stay at ringside if another pinfall takes place up until a tag is made. He can't get involved again. Now it's a huge thing for the Judgement Day now, who are in control up on the shoulders here. Islands call by JD. But Sabin again kicks out. Just Sabin a month or two ago went one-on-one with Seth Rollins and put up a great matchup with him. And held his own as JD now looking for that huge right hand. Countered there by Sabin. Super kick. Drops JD. And Sabin now kick to the midsection. Off the ropes. Ends it, well, I should say Shining Wizard there. As Finn Balor there forms to the face. And Balor just allowing JD to roll up Chris Sabin. It might be rope break. But Sabin kicks out anyway. See Finn Balor playing dividends there for JD McDonough. Teamed away with his huge jabs. Sabin counters. Kick there. And Balor avoids the attempted takedown. But this time, Sabin stops Balor there. Gets a little bit of revenge on him. And Sabin now kick to the midsection. Looking for the Fisherman's driver to retain the tag titles. But JD kicks out just about there. And Sabin can't believe it. He had JD isolated, but somehow JD kicked out. And JD now with a headbutt And now, Jevon inside to win the titles. But Sabin just kicks. Well, Balor saying that was a 3 count. The referee said it was only a 2. So the referee's called his final. As Jade now looking for a suplex here. Sabin up and over the top. Shot block there to Madonna. Sabin now off the ropes. Catches him. Snap German suplex. A stomp to the back of the head. As he makes the tag here to Alex Shelley. A fresher man in this one now. And Balor again taking it out of ringside and well, playing the Judgment Day at their own games here tonight. Oh, the Motor City Machine Guns. Well, they might be looking to put this one away here to retain the titles. JD is isolated in the ring. Sabin off the top. But Balor's back. And Balor saves it for the Judgment Day. As well, JD turns it around with some huge forearms of his own there. What a tag match we've seen so far. Will we see new champions at the end of it? Now, that is the question. As Madonna up on the shoulders again. Is Sabin. Connects with Iron's Call for a second time. And takes out Alex Shelley. And makes a tag to Balor. And Finn now. Basement dropkick. And Finn has Sabin in the drop zone. They try and win the tag titles here. Balor. Coup de grace. But Shelley's in to break it up. Oh, Balor looking to take out Sabin at ringside and does so. Now turns the attention back here to Chris Sabin, who counters there. And Sabin now with a net breaker there. Now Sabin makes a climb to the top rope here. Alex Shelley taking out at ringside. A Sabin with a coup de grace of his own to Finn. But Balor kicks out. Well, Sabin obviously doesn't quite hit it the same as Balor there. Kick there. Drops Balor to his feet. Super kick avoided. Balor kick to the midsection. Ducks underneath. Elbow through the chest. It's Balor now. Perhaps looking to get JD involved in this one. As JD back into the matchup here. It's a Judgment Day in control. Double shoulder tackle there. That's Madonna. And Madonna goes to ringside. Interesting decision here. Switch to take him out at Shelley. And what is JD doing here? As JD now at ringside with the Spanish fly. And JD now double knees to the face. Tags back in Balor. And Finn now makes the climb to the top. Maybe thinking coup de grace for a second time. As Finn. Coup de grace, but no one's home. Sabin catches him up. And down goes Balor. As Alex Shelley back into this one. And Shelley now takes out Madonna. But that is only fair after what just happened. As Shelley now locks up Balor here. Looking to make Balor submit to retain the titles here. Can he do so? Is Balor going to stay in this one? And Balor forced the tap. And well, JD was right there, but couldn't make it in time. As the Motor City Machine Guns retain the tag titles here tonight at St. Louis, Missouri at Backlash. And with the Judgment Day, well, as I said, they had victories over the Motor City Machine Guns, but the Motor City Machine Guns played the Judgment Day at their own game here tonight. You can see right here, this is the moment that the Judgment Day thought they had it. But this is how it ended. A crossface locked in. And there was a tap from Balor. And the Motor City Machine Guns continue their tag title reigns. Or tag title reigns, sorry, here tonight by retaining over the Judgment Day. And while we continue Backlash here in St. Louis, Missouri, in which we now have the Women's WWE Championship match out first as the former champion, now challenger, the woman who was bested by her opponent tonight at WrestleMania. That's Nia Jax, so she was the champion. Heading into WrestleMania, she was defeated by the 2026 Royal Rumble winner in Jade Cargill, who is the champion. And Jade said that she exposed Nia Jax for not being a monster, the dominant superstar that she thought she was in this industry. And Nia retaliated, well, by attacking Jade, etc. And well, one thing I should mention is that Lash Legend is barred from ringside tonight. Nick Aldis has said that he wants a definitive outcome of everything between Jade and Nia that's been going on. He doesn't want Lash Legend involved to throw a spanner in the works to help Nia win the title, etc. He needs a simple, definitive answer. And that's what we're going to get tonight. Will Nia win back the title a month later, or will Jade retain to continue her title reign against a woman she defeated for the title in her first defense, I believe, since WrestleMania when she won the title? Well, let's get the champion out here to storm. That is Jade Cargill, the Women's WWE Champion, the winner of the 2026 Royal Rumble, the former Women's Intercontinental Champion as well. She's racking up the accolades in WWE. And now she's the World Champion. And walks into Backlash tonight, champion for the first time, making an entrance into a matchup with a title around her waist. And Jade, well, she was made for the spotlight. She was made to hold gold. She was made to be champion. That is undeniable. You look at Jade Cargill, you see a woman cut from marble, like a Greek goddess, made to be a champion. And tonight, she's going to prove that she deserves to keep holding that title here tonight in Backlash St. Louis, Missouri, in which we've had a great show so far. So the Domestic Machine Guns just retaining their titles. We saw Chose to Green shot the wood and win the Women's United States Championship. And Bron Breakker retained with help from Austin Theory against Jey Uso to start the show. And we've got a lot more yet to come. After this, we'll have Ricky Saints featuring Von Evans. I see Ricky Saints looking to win the United States Championship. Like I said, that match still goes ahead after what we saw on SmackDown. And also, we have Rhea versus Jacy Jane defending the title against Jacy Jane. And the main event is Randy Orton, the hometown hero, the winner, well, the man who defeated John Cena at WrestleMania to retire him, taking on Cody Rhodes tonight in Backlash in St. Louis, Missouri's hometown for the Undisputed WWE Championship. Well, let's get this title match underway for the Women's Championship here. Jade v Nia. Let's get this one underway. And well, where we go here in this one. So these two, no love lost between these two. And what, Jade asking Nia to bring it. And Nia doesn't seem to be falling for the trap, but there fires a huge shot. They're catching Jade off guard. And these two now starting the matchup off by trading shots back and forth. Just open palm slaps and fists being thrown by both women. At the start of this title bout, so like I said, no love lost between these two. And Nia went for the big shot. Jade counters. And both women here going shot for shot, and there's Nia with a huge spinning back fist, dropping Jade to the mat. And Nia now in control of this one. And Nia now building momentum with that big elbow drop there to the chest of Jade Cargill. She would have nothing more than to win back the title tonight and prove that Jade got lucky at WrestleMania. Now Jade isn't the dominant superstar she says she is, that she's proven she was at WrestleMania when she defeated Nia Jax. People thought was going to be undefeatable as champion. Jade set up after winning the Royal Rumble and proved otherwise. It's Jade now. Huge forearm strike caught though by Nia. Looking for that boot. Jade ducks underneath. And there's a huge shot, but Nia stays standing. And Jade now a forearm strike caught by Nia again there. And now Nia just launching Jade across the ring. Jade isn't used to that. Jade's used to doing that to women in this industry, not being thrown around like a rag doll herself. There's Nia, that huge shot to the midsection. Jade counters with the headbutt. And Jade now, huge shoulder tackle again. And Nia asking for Jade to go again here. And Jade's going to do so. And a huge shot again, blocked by Nia. Well, Jade's fighting an uphill battle tonight, it's to say the least, with a power game of Nia Jax, but Jade needs to just stay focused. Jade needs to And to stay on the front foot as Nia pushes her away. Nia, again, big boot avoided Jade. This time runs in, looking for the shoulder tackle again, but Nia counters. And Nia takes down Jade there. As Jax now in control of this title bout. Will we see Jade retain for the first time, or will we see a big title change here tonight as Jade dropped down face first by Nia Jax. Or Nia now. This is a well-placed measured boots to the face of Jade Cargill. It's Nia now in control of this one. So the crowd want to see a Jade retain. They don't want to see Nia win back the title. As Jade punched to the face there just about in the nick of time. Getting out of that one, and Jade now huge German suplex to Nia Jax. Taking her down for the first time in this matchup. And Jade staying on the front foot here. With some huge elbow drops of her own here to the challenger. See Nia won the title with help from Last Legend against then champion. And Jade here asking Nia to bring it like she did at WrestleMania. The confidence building in Jade again here. Who's in control of this one. Nia off the ropes here. Both women climb middle of the ring. Neither woman gets the better of it. Jade though counters. Huge shot there with the headbutt. And Jade now sending Nia with a boot over the top rope. Statement made by Jade Cargill here. He's doing some press ups there just to get in ahead of Jade, or Nia, who's down at ringside here. And getting back to her feet, and Jade telling Nia to bring it, and Nia's going to do so. Jade caught low with a headbutt there by Nia. It's Jax now. What's she thinking there? Nia Jax now with a headbutt afterwards. Jade getting back to her feet, but Nia with a leg drop to the back of the head. To win back the title here, it'll be an unpopular decision. But Jade keeps it alive. And Nia, the frustration building. She thought that was it after that leg drop to the back of the neck there of Jade Cargill, but it wasn't enough to put away the storm tonight. It's Nia up on her shoulders with Jade. And Jade though counters with some huge elbows to the face there. And Jade now, what's she thinking next to, looking for a huge exploder suplex to Nia. And a kip up to follow. And Jade, you got to feel has just entered a different gear. Has stepped up the level. Just now stalking the challenger. Nia getting back to her feet. Jade off the top, looking for a clothesline, takes her down. And Jade now in control. As Jade now looking for a huge, impressive running powerbomb. But Nia kicks at 2 there. Well, Nia taking a breather at ringside. Well, Jade is going to follow. She has champion's advantage. She doesn't need to, but Nia counters, dodges a huge chop. Now sends Jade into the steel steps, maybe playing possum. To inflict some damage here at ringside on the champion. She smashes her face first into the floor. Well, Jade in a bad way has been sent into the steel steps. As Jax now back into the ring. Nia, big boot avoided by Jade. Turn around. There's that pump kick. But again, Nia stays in it. To the frustration now of Jade Cargill. A part of Jade would have known that wouldn't have been enough. But Jade now again deadlift. With a emphatic powerbomb there to Nia. Now Jade just launching Nia across the ring. And Jade again here just playing mind games with Nia Jax. Not too sure why this is. That's the confidence of Jade Cargill this deep into this matchup. That's early into a title run, but Nia counters. And Nia with a boot there. And Jax now with the Annihilator to Jade for the title. But Jade kicks out again. And Nia can't believe it. Nia thought that was it. And Jax now arguing with the referee. That's Jade getting back to her feet here. Nia Jax in frustration, like WrestleMania, getting the better of her. And Jade scoops her up to retain the title here. But Jax kicks out. And Jade countered. Spinning back fist again by Nia. And Jade now on the ropes. Pulls herself up on the apron. As Nia Jax in control of this one. Jade counters over a huge strike. And Jade with a huge powerbomb there. And Jade making the climb to the top. Jade Cargill with the frog splash. But again Nia kicks to keep her chances of becoming champion again alive. As Nia now on the ropes. Jade Cargill in control of this one. That's Jade now. Impressive strength. Ruca assisted sit out powerbomb. No pinfall this time by Jade, who stays in the attack. And Jade now returning the favour. Smashing Nia face first. Into the ring. That's Jade now. Sends Nia into the corner. Jade here. Playing some mind games again. As Nia boot there to the midsection. And Jax here. Sends her into the corner. Huge headbutt by Nia. Now running hip attack there. And rubbing it in. To just embarrass Jade. That's Nia now. Well, Nia, she hits as it could be over Nia with a rope. With a leg drop. That could be it. But Jade somehow, some way stays in. This one and Nia making a climb to the top. Or middle rope, sorry. As Nia flies in looking for the accidental. Jade counters into a backbreaker. And what Jade now. I'll be looking to put this one away here. Looking for Jaded. Nia getting back to her feet. Caught, hooked. Jaded connects. To retain the title here at Backlash. But Nia kicks out. And Jade now is wondering what more she has to do to put this one away. That's Cargo now. Caught by Nia. As a crowd relentless to boo Nia Jax out the arena, but she does not care what the crowd think of her. As Nia plants her down there with a huge slam there. There's no give on that landing there for Jade. And what Jade, after that huge landing, could be in a bad situation as Nia now with a headbutt again. Pulls Jade out the corner, looking to put this one away here. Is Nia Jax. With Annihilator. But Jade. How is Jade still in it? And Jade is somehow still in this matchup. And Nia can't believe it. The crowd can't believe it. As Nia now caught by Jade. There's that pump kick. And what Jade now, since there's blood in the water, she's been busted open after that headbutt from Nia Jax moments ago. As Nia now set up on the top rope just like WrestleMania. Jade's looking to put this one away the same way she won it. With a avalanche. Jaded. And Jade retains. Continues her title reign that started a month ago at WrestleMania. Continues here tonight. In Backlash in St. Louis, Missouri. And Nia Jax gave her all tonight. But Jade is just that damn good right now. She's somehow kicked out a second Annihilator. I thought it was over after that. Especially after she was busted open after that headbutt beforehand. But somehow, someway Jade powered through, kicked out, got back to her feet, hit that pump kick, set her up on the top rope with everything she had left, hit the avalanche Jaded right here, the last gas maneuver. The move that Jade knows will get the job done. No one's kicked out. The avalanche Jaded. Dropped face first. Hooked up. Into the pinfall. And still, your women's WWE Champion, Jade Cargill, retains her tonight over Nia Jax and proved that she is that woman right now in the industry. Let's get into our next matchup. And well, after that great matchup between Jade and Nia Jax, a revolution could be about to happen. Ricky Saints is looking to win the United States Championship from Jevon Evans. He's held the title since New Year's Day at New Year's Revolution, defeating then champion Trick Williams in a TLC match to win it. And Ricky Saints obviously attacked Jevon last night on SmackDown. So the question is, what percentage is Jevon coming into this matchup at? I doubt it's anywhere close to 100% after what we saw. Especially when Jevon Evans went for a splash off the ledge backstage and landed on the concrete when Ricky Saints avoided it. And then hit Rochambeau and to put in there through the table. And Saints tonight coming in the black and gold, looking to win championship gold. Obviously a challenge for the title before WrestleMania against Jevon Evans. Lost that matchup in a great one. But Ricky Saints something snapped in that moment. He then attacked Jevon Evans a few weeks ago with a title after a matchup. And Ricky Saints tonight is looking to become United States Champion. We saw the Women's United States Championship change hands earlier tonight. Will the men's do the same? As Ricky Saints is willing to do anything to get the job done. But this man, 21 years of age, the young blood, the young OG, the crowd favourite, the United States Champion, Jevon Evans, who defeated Trick Williams, like I say, held that title for a long period of time in a TLC match at New Year's, a Revolution, and one head of a matchup 4 or 5 months ago now, well, over 5 months ago now, that was. And Evans has been champion ever since. He's been proving himself week by week, every title defense he's been in. He's been defending the title in open title challenges and been proving himself over and over again. The question is though tonight, is there any damage is done? As Evans seems fired up though, as always. Your boy is bouncy as always. He's going to give it his all tonight. But what percentage is he coming into this matchup at after the attack from Saints 24 hours ago? The matchup in my opinion was going to be called off. I thought it was going to be, but it's gone ahead. Jevon said, let's do it. I'm not going to back down as the United States Championship is on the line in this one. And this one's going to be a great match. You can see actually some taping around the midsection of Jevon Evans. As Charles Robinson, the senior official for this one, raises the title. Well, let's get this one underway. Ricky Saints for Jevon Evans. There's some damage done there to Jevon to the midsection. And Saints flies in, takes down Jevon to start the matchup off with on the front foot. Ricky Saints picking up where he left off on SmackDown, going straight at Jevon. Let's start the matchup off with. And I just yanking on the arm here. Also that boot to the ribs as well. You see that tape around the midsection. That's there to protect Jevon Evans and his ribs at his lower back. But also paints a target for Ricky Saints. He's going straight after it at the start of this matchup here. Ricky Saints now with a huge big back suplex on the apron. You can see Jevon Evans quickly grabbing that lower back, and Saints with kicks to the midsection, sorry. So the count is being started. I see a count of 10. Champion's advantage is on for Jevon, who's sent into the midsection there. Into the steel steps. As Saints another kick there. Saints now obviously thinking next to Ricky Saints, targeting the lower back in the ribs of Jevon Evans with that barricade powerbomb. And this is a bad start for Jevon. But this is a great start for Ricky Saints, going straight after the target he created last night on SmackDown. And Evans now again landing on that back there. So like I alluded to in the entrance, Jevon Evans went for a crossbody to Ricky Saints off the ledge backstage. And instead, Saints would sidestep it. And there's a Death Valley driver. And after all the punishment, Ricky Saints going for the cover. And Evans kicks out to keep his title reign alive. And like I was saying, Evans would land first onto the concrete, and also to follow what got put through a table. And then a Rochambeau onto the concrete, and there's Trouble in Paradise by Evans. A bit of momentum with a huge splash there to Saints, hooks the leg to get a quick one here tonight. But Saints kicks out there. And that's a quickness of Jevon. Saints though stops in his tracks of that boot there to the midsection, and now boot to the side of their face for good measure. And again returning to these damaged ribs. And a forearm across the face. We may not like the methods of Ricky Saints, but we cannot deny the smarts of Ricky Saints. As Saints off the ropes there, Jevon counters though. But Saints has him in a wrist lock here as Evans trying to break through. There's a shot to the leg there. And Evans now, doesn't go for the alley face buster, instead sits through into the powerbomb. And Saints again kicks out. And Evans trying to get the job done as quickly as possible, it seems. Notice the damage that he came into the match with, and that's been, massively exploited. As Evans after that monkey flip now sets up Ricky Saints. Evans now top rope. Hurricane Rana caught by Saints though. Into a lash ride powerbomb. And Evans just kicks out there. Saints put everything he had behind that one. And drives him into the mat there. And while Ricky Saints doesn't care what the crowd think, it was the former NXT champion. And this time down there, so these two have history down in NXT if I'm not mistaken. And Saints now countered by Jevon. And our springboards with a huge arm drag kip up. There's a drop kick by Evans. The quickness of Evans now. It's time to be brought out again here as Evans trying to rally. Goes after the legs here of Ricky Saints, picking a target himself. So also the issue for Jevon Evans is all the high flying offense that he uses. It damages the midsection. Case in point right there. With that springboard frog splash. So going for the OG cutter as well. A tornado splash. All of that will damage the midsection of Jevon Evans. As Evans now ripcord into the Spanish fly. Again another quick cover. A Sensor kicks out. You saw a little bit of a second in between there. Of Evans when he clutched the back. A Sensor counters there. And Ricky Saints now. Kick to the midsection. Double underhook. Powerbomb there. And while Ricky Saints smells blood in the water, I guess. Instead though, not going. Changes his mind for what I thought he was going to go for. Instead goes for a deadlift. Sit out powerbomb. Now Ricky Saints backs it up into the corner here. Saints is fired up and Evans is in the sights with the spear. But Evans again shows the resiliency. Shows why he's a champion and kicks out there. So he overcame Trick Williams 5 months ago to win the title. He's looking to retain that hit that gets out of the way, that huge shot. Attempted there, and there's that huge drop kick by Jevon. Evans now springboard moonsault. Evans now fired up with a crowd up behind him, 110%. Kick to the midsection. Now Evans here with a leg drop to the back of the neck there across the ropes. And Jevon now looking for the twist in. Tornado splash. But Evans clutching the midsection, doesn't go straight into the cover. Now gets it. And Saints kicks out because of that slight hesitation. Because of the damage done by himself to the midsection, going for that maneuver. Super kick there to Saints. And Evans now in deep waters in this one. We're going to learn a lot about Jevon Evans tonight if he can win this one. But there's another well placed kick there. And Saints again in control. Every time Jevon looks to rally, Ricky Saints is there, going after that midsection to get control of the match. Now boot here, and they're stomping away to take the ribs here. Well, Saints, well, I should say Jevon Evans will not like it with the referee. George Robinson may have to step in at some point to protect Evans if he can't protect that midsection. It's a huge German there. And again, going after this midsection is Saints, who is a man possessed there tonight. It's Evans now on the ropes. Counters though. Jevon. Springboard. Stunner. Out of nowhere there was Jevon Evans with that manoeuvre. And Evans trying to rally in this one. As Jevon now sends Saints over the top rope. Well, I'm not too sure why this is for Evans, but he's going to go for it. And more Jevon, I'm not too sure why this is, instead switches it up with a taunt, twisting. Splash over the top, that was wise there from Evans, switching it up last second. Instead of going for that over the top dive, switched it up there last second there. As Saints now back into the ring. Elbow there by Evans. And Jevon now. They were looking to put this one away, looking for the OJ cutter, but Saints out of the way of it. And Saints with a spear for a second time. Now Saints are calling Evans to his feet here. Sending Evans into the corner. Countered there was Jevon. Boot to the face. And Evans again down deep in this one. Evans now, but he could have guessed it this time. Again crushing the back low. But Saints kicks out at 2 3/4 there. Well, Evans hit his best shot, but it wasn't enough. As Saints now back to his feet. Jevon caught by Saints there, spun around. And Saints now sends Jevon into the ref, and an axe handle it to the back. And Saints now, well, Jevon is down, he's back to his feet, but Saints has got the title in his hand. He's looking to use it. And Saints kick to the midsection. A DDT onto the title. And Ricky Saints now follows up here with the Revolution DDT. And Saints has done it. Ricky Saints is the United States champion. But put the asterisks over it. He cheated to win. And well, there was the DDT onto the title. And Jevon was out after that one, but Ricky Saints did this one just for performance to the referee, to make it look like he didn't cheat. Hit the Revolution DDT. And we have a new United States champion, and that is Ricky Saints. Is not a popular decision from this crowd here tonight. They do not like it, but Ricky Saints is a champion. And is your new United States champion here tonight. And what it's time for a penultimate match of the night, in which Jacy Jane's out here to try and become women's World Heavyweight Champion as she on Raw alongside Fallon Henley attacked Rhea Ripley to get herself this shot, but also she's been impressive in action every time we've seen her knocking off the likes of Bayley and others in the time on Raw. But tonight, the rockstar Jacy Jane, the former women's NXT champion, and many more accolades on NXT if I'm not mistaken, is looking to become women's World Heavyweight Champion here tonight in Backlash, well, in St. Louis at Backlash. But to do so, she's going to defeat arguably the best women's wrestler in the world right now. That is Rhea Ripley, the Eradicator, who she has pissed off. I see she alongside Fallon Henley attacked Rhea at the start of Raw a week ago now, and well, 7 days ago, a week ago, yes. And then Rhea went backstage, asked for a matchup with Fallon Henley due to the attack, defeated Fallon Henley, and Rhea also and being told has made this one a no disqualifications matchup, which obviously allows for Fallon Henley to get involved, but Rhea believes that she dealt with her on Raw and wants to get a revenge against this woman, Jacy Jayne, who orchestrated the attack on Rhea not that long ago now. Well, let's get out the champion. This is someone who's been very impressive since, well, winning back the title from Liv Morgan many months ago, defended it at WrestleMania against Io Sky. And tonight Rhea is looking to get her revenge against that woman in the ring, Jacy Jayne. The eradicator, the nightmare in your dreams, the women's world heavyweight champion, Rhea bloody Ripley, is here tonight for two things: to retain that title and also get revenge on Jacy Jayne, who, if Jacy Jayne defeats Rhea tonight, then that's a big upset. Jacy Jayne becoming Women's World Heavyweight Champion would be a massive upset, but Jacy Jayne's put up an upset before in the time in NXT. We all know that. She's capable of big victories when people discount her or counter off. And Rhea tonight, confidence as always. You look at the term start in the dictionary, you see a picture of Rhea Ripley. And just like Jade Cargill was made to be a champion in this industry, and she is now a two-time Women's World Heavyweight Champion, a multiple-time Women's World Heavyweight Champion, well, Women's World Champion. And tonight, she's looking to continue that reign. So she won it back from Liv Morgan 5-6 months or so ago now. After being out of action for, well, 9 or so months, she returned and got a revenge. Took out the Judgement Day, the latter Raquel Rodriguez, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and then turned her attention to Liv Morgan on Rhea's revenge tour, the Brutality Tour. Got back that title from Liv Morgan, and now she walks in here to Backlash champion after retaining at WrestleMania against Io Sky. What was one hell of a matchup, overcame the demons of last year's WrestleMania when she lost the title to Liv Morgan, being screwed by the Judgement Day on that night. And tonight she walks into this one against Jacy Jayne with all the confidence in the world, and also some frustration and anger after what happened, obviously, like I mentioned on Raw, when Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley jumped her to, I guess, get this opportunity. Rhea asked for someone to step up, and Jacy Jayne did so, but not the way that Rhea expected, but by getting an opportunity, by taking an opportunity here tonight. And Rhea and Jacy Jayne, well, this one's underway as Rhea taken down by Jacy Jayne straight away in this one, who's wasting no time in this one. Well, like I said, this one is a no disqualifications matchup. Fallon Henley or anyone could get involved if called upon. Well, Jacy Jayne, in my opinion, want to do this one herself as Rhea with a power low, counters, and a net break of her own there. To the rock stars of Rhea now in control, the ground and pounded, looking to get her revenge or pound her flesh on Jacy Jayne after she was jumped on Raw when she came out to issue with a challenge or something. I'm not too sure what she was going to do, but she was then jumped by the woman. She's just body slammed in the ring, and Fallon Henley. And Rhea tonight is one pissed off Aussie here, and Rhea now just launching Jacy across the ring, just giving Jacy Jayne what she wanted. And again there, just showcasing the power game. And Rhea now talking some trash of her own here to the Rockstar, asking us to see, you've got us. Rhea now into the headbutts here, in control of this matchup, and repeating the headbutts there to the Rockstar Jacy Jayne. So both of these women had success down in NXT. Jacy Jayne was looking to find the first title gold or championship gold on the main roster, though. That's impressive many months ago when she came to the main roster. So that pump kick there takes down Rhea, and a stomp to the back of the neck there. And Rhea now knee across the jaw there from Jacy Jayne, the Rockstar in control of this one. That's Ripley now in a bad way. DDT, simple but effective. Like I said, this one's a no disqualification matchup. Anything can go. Weapons are legal. Well, any involvement is legal from anyone backstage. Let's say Fallon Henley is here tonight. She can get involved. That title can be used as a weapon if necessary. As Jacy Jayne now looking for a huge forearm strike there to Rhea, and takes it down. And Jacy Jayne now with the confidence. You know she has bags of it. But this is what you can't do in a championship matchup, which is take your eyes off the prize, and that is Rhea, bloody Ripley in the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. You can see right there on that pedestal. We saw the title of the last match get used as the weapon by Ricky Saints to win the title. Obviously something similar between these two. Imagine that weapons will be used in this one. That's Rhea now looking for a follow-away start, and Jacy Jane from at the back though, and Jacy Jane now double underhook, plants it down face first there. It's a Rockstar now looking for a weapon and gets a trash can lid and launches it at Rhea Ripley. Your block star, and Rhea looking for the headbutt. Jacy counters, super kick there to the midsection. But Rhea quickly got a block up there to counter that trash can getting sent into her face, when actually sent back into the ring as Jacy Jane now picks up that lid again. Making her way into the ring with it, looking to utilize it as a weapon again, but Rhea Ripley counters again there though, and Rhea now cracks it over the forehead of Jacy Jane. Well, that plan didn't work out for Jacy. It's now in the corner. Rhea launches it, and I believe that's busted open a Rockstar, and Rhea now picks her up, just walks around with it in the ring, looking for a backbreaker here. And now Rhea again for a second time with a back across the knee there, leaving it in as well. Well, Jacy Jane's in a bad way, busted open in this one due to the weapon that she got involved. That's Rhea here in control, showing why she is the champion. There's a huge Northern Light suplex, and Rhea just some mind games there, saying that this one's easy. As Jacy Jane though counters as a Rockstar super kick there, and again, and there's that huge pump kick as a Rockstar now gets a trash can lid, as Rhea getting back to her feet here as a Rockstar gets what she wanted the first time, and Rhea here in a bad way rocks into that trash can lid over the forehead on the ropes, and that's launched into her face again there. Jacy Jane showing the ruthlessness that she just possessed. We saw it down in NXT. And Jacy Jane now sends it into the barricade as the Rockstar now sends her back into the ring here. So now she has to get the job done in the ring. As the crowd they want tables, as Jacy Jane gets a kendo stick instead, and just cracks it over the forehead of Rhea. As you can see, the blood pouring from the face of Jacy Jane after that trash can was sent into her face, and maybe the edge caught her, which busted her open. As Jacy Jane now a kendo stick shot to the midsection there, and Rhea now winded after that one, trying to recuperate here. Jacy Jane just stalking her, and doesn't wait, and just cracks it over the head there of Rhea and busted her open. Now this one's getting brutal as you expect between two women who have no love lost for one another. And Jacy Jane now might be looking to put this one away here now. There's some huge shots there. Wearing down the champion at a huge knee. Caught Rhea flush. But Rhea shows why she's the champion and kicks out there. As there's huge slaps and chops there. That knee caught Rhea right where it needed to. And Jacy now with a super kick. Rhea though this time avoids it, and Rhea with the headbutt. Rhea now returning to the ground and pound here to Jacy Jane, looking to exasperate that wound. Both women now bleeding in this one. We expected this one to be brutal and bloody, and it has been so far, as Rhea now giving the crowd what they wanted, getting a table out. And Rhea here up on the ropes, getting back into the ring, and Jacy Jane now forearm to the face. And Jacy now was still not on the ropes, and Rhea forced to ringside. As Ripley now, that table might be used against her that she brought into the matchup. As Jacy Jane now sets Rhea up on the table. What is Jacy Jane thinking here? A shot there to the midsection as a Rockstar goes big with a senton through the table. And both of them are wiped out in this one, but really Jacy Jane needs to get Rhea back into the ring. And she's looking to do so, sends Rhea middle of the ring after that senton through the table. The title could be Jacy Jane's. But Rhea kicks out there. And Jacy can't believe it herself. So she had to get Rhea back into the ring. Took some time to do so. That may give Rhea some time to recuperate. As the Rockstar now wiping the face of Rhea into the mat and looking to open up that wound herself. And Rhea Ripley. And then Nia across the draw is going to do that. And Rhea's in a bad way here now. As the Rockstar now, what's she thinking here? Of Rhea up on her shoulders. Now drops her down onto that trash can lid. Her back of her head catching that one. As the Rockstar now in control. Shot there to the leg there of Rhea. And that was Jacy Jane getting out next. And the trash can lid was brought out. And now the whole trash can's been brought out. And that's just landed on the body of Rhea Ripley, getting her back to her feet. And Rhea catches a super kick. And Rhea now shot to the midsection of them, shot there to the ribs. And Rhea now with the trash can in hand, looking to use it as a weapon and driving Jacy Jane face first into it. Looking to open up that wound herself is Rhea bloody Ripley. It's Rhea now in control of this one with Jacy Jane up on her shoulders now. She's got bad intentions for the Rockstar and plants Jacy onto that trash can and well, compacted it in the process. And Rhea now, what's she thinking next? Sort of sending her into the ring. Well, Jacy's in a bad way here. And Rhea now double under or gut wrench with the sit out. Power bomb there. And Rhea now fired up in this one. It's Rhea now. Jacy Jane getting back to her feet. Rhea looking for the head, but Jacy counters with that knee. And there's the rolling encore. That could be it. Rhea could be out. But she kicks out there. And Jacy can't believe it. She thought that was it. And Rhea now crawling up into the corner. Jacy Jane might be looking for a bit of revenge. Launches it into the face of Rhea. But Rhea counters. And Ripley now gets the headbutt this time. And Rhea now with a razor's edge follows it up with that huge kick to retain the championship here. But Jacy Jane just about got the shoulder up there. It's Rhea now. A well-placed kick there to the side of the face. As Rhea now in control of this one. It's Ripley now with the clotheslines here. Looking to take down Jacy Jane, looking to keep it down as well. Turns her around with that drop kick. But Rhea has spent herself in this one. Which woman's going to get up first? It's Rhea, who recovers and builds momentum off the ropes with that huge leg drop there. See the blood pouring from the face of both women now. Both wounds getting exasperated in this one. As Rhea now with the table set up, or table in her hand, sorry. Gets it into the ring. And Rhea stops Jacy in her tracks there. And there's a huge backbreaker. And digging it in as well is the champion. And stopping Jacy Jane from rolling to ringside as well. That was smart there from Rhea. The ring awareness. And Rhea now sets her up into the corner. What is Rhea thinking next there? Whatever it is, it's not going to be good for Jacy Jane. And Rhea now with Jacy up on the top rope. Bad intentions for the challenger. Rhea looking to put this one away here. And she gets the superplex. Through the table it might be. But Rhea isn't done there. Going to the top. Rhea with the huge frog splash. And again Jacy Jane kicks out. Oh, we're going to see a new champion. What a matchup this has been so far. Both of these women giving it their all to become the... Well, Rhea's looking to retain. Jacy looking to win the title. It's the kick there. Jacy catches it this time though. And now Jacy Jane here. Super kick there to the midsection. As Jacy Jane in control of this one here. What she got planned next there? Huge chop there. And now looking for a bit of natural selection. And with Rhea knows all too well, that could be it. But Rhea's still in it. Doesn't quite hit it like the Queen. That's Jacy Jane now. With a kendo stick in hand. Looking to utilise it, but Rhea counters there. And Rhea now just launches it at Jacy Jane. And Rhea here, what is she thinking next there? Rhea has a bag in hand. And we all know what's going to be inside this. As Rhea Ripley has bad intentions for Jacy Jane. And well, Jacy sees it and rolls to ringside. Well, Jacy Jane showing no fear, gets back into the ring. Super kick caught by Ripley. And Rhea now up on the shoulders. Plants her down there. And Jacy Jane, well, Rhea, what's she thinking next there? Might be looking to put this one away here. As Rhea now with the headbutt again, looking for the Razor's Edge for a second time. And there is the Razor's Edge. Well, Rhea isn't done. But Jacy Jane trying to counter here, trying to fight back. And Rhea counters Ripley with Riptide onto the thumbtacks. And well, Rhea, I don't think it's done there. Looking to exact the revenge. This is what Jacy Jane wanted. And Rhea, there was second Riptide onto the tacks. And Rhea retains in one hell of a matchup. Well, Jacy Jane needs medical attention to get those tacks out of her. And also, well, clean up the wound. Well, both of them need that as well. And well, Rhea, showed by she's the champion, gave Jacy Jane exactly what she wanted. Gave her the Eradicator, gave her the Nightmare. And well, here was the Razor's Edge for the second time. Rhea driving her down there. And Jacy Jane tried to fight back with that huge chop. Rhea countered, kicked to the midsection, and then the first Riptide onto the tacks. I think it was over there. But Rhea looking to get a revenge and keep Jane down for good here. Hit the second onto the tacks again, stacked her up to retain the title here. And like I said, what a hell of a match. Jacy Jane tonight showed why she's going to be a future champion. She gave her all. But that's why you don't piss off Rhea Ripley. And that's why Rhea Ripley is the women's world heavyweight champion. As she retains. Here, let's get into our main event. But first of all, we need to clean up the ring. And these two need medical attention after this matchup. And what after that great match between Rhea Ripley and Jacy Jane, it's time for our main event, in which the man from St. Louis, Missouri, the Viper, the future Hall of Famer, the 14-time world champion, chasing and hoping to win number 15 here tonight, makes his way out here for the main event. As at WrestleMania, he defeated John Cena in his final match, defeated the Never Seen 17, the greatest of all time, a Grand Slam champion. And Randy Orton in that moment realised that maybe he's the guy that can break that record. And tonight, a month after WrestleMania, a month after defeating John Cena and retiring, John Cena's looking to win number 15. And Orton in his hometown, is he hoping to do so, up against a man he knows all too well. And that man obviously is the undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, as Randy Orton slowly and methodically makes his way out here. As his hometown slings him into battle. Where the dreams of becoming a 15-time world champion. Can I imagine that Randy Orton's got the home field advantage. The crowd are going to be behind Orton here tonight, but the crowd are also going to be behind Cody Rhodes. But it's kind of a thing going around with Cody Rhodes right now. So at WrestleMania, he defeated Sami Zayn, who won the Royal Rumble, to face Rhodes at WrestleMania. But that was with the asterisks of Kevin Owens' involvement. And Kevin Owens believes, well, says that Cody Rhodes asked him to do that. So Cody Rhodes denied it. Sami Zayn didn't know who to believe. So with the history of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, as they have that unsanctioned matchup back at WrestleMania 40 where Kevin Owens was defeated by Zayn and suffered a career-threatening injury, was out for over a year and came back at WrestleMania to pile drive Sami Zayn at ringside with an apron powerbomb as well, opening Cody Rhodes to retain in the main event of WrestleMania. Like I said, Rhodes said he had nothing to do with it, but he took advantage of the situation. He said he didn't know what happened. He just went to win the matchup as Orton strikes the iconic pose. The question is, will he be doing that to a championship gold around his waist after tonight? To do so, he's going to defeat Cody Rhodes, a man he knows up to 20 years of history. All boils down to this moment in Randy Orton's hometown. The main event, the undisputed WWE Championship on the line. Legacy on the line for both men. Orton chasing 15. Cody looking to retain the title. He's been a champion since WrestleMania 40 when he defeated UTC Roman Reigns for the title. He hasn't lost it since then. And well, here comes the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE Champion, quarterback one of WWE. Well, this one's going to be an emotional one for both of these men. So these two have a lot of history. I don't need to go into it. You know it all too well. The days of legacy. And everything else in between. As the crowd also sing Rhodes into this one. Oh, this one's going to be a great one. Two of the very best to ever do it. Rhodes v Orton in our main event. Our Backlash here in St. Louis, Missouri, the hometown of the challenger. It's hostile territory for the American Nightmare. And also, he asked or demanded from Randy Orton that the Viper, the Apex Predator, turns up tonight. And Randy Orton on the last SmackDown said that that version of him scares him. He's been trying to bury that self and keep it repressed for years. Not for himself, not for the crowd, not for Rhodes, but for Randy Orton's family. He doesn't want them to see Randy Orton in that way. They don't want to see, he doesn't want them to see the legend killer, the Viper. It's a sadistic version of himself. But if Rhodes gets what he wants, the Viper will turn up tonight. Randy Orton, like I said, is at a point where he needs to decide what's more important, legacy or friendship. I spoke to Randy Orton backstage earlier tonight, but I spoke to both men. They're looking forward to this one. And Randy Orton is, well, has those voices in his head. He's trying to decide whether to listen to or not. But that is the prize on the line. It's Rhodes v Orton in a main event. Two men with 20 years of history. A lot of gold between them. Most of that is, though, on Cody Rhodes' side, as Rhodes here is offering a handshake to Orton, who accepts it. A sign of respect between both men. Let's get this war title match in our main event underway. And when it is a big fight field, as these two lock up in the middle of the ring. I'm not too sure I'd back in this one, as the Rhodes an accomplished wrestler, but Randy Orton also himself is no slouch when it comes to the wrestling game. We'll see. Has been around the block a few times, has wrestled some of the very best and learned from some of the very best to ever do it, as Rhodes snapmare takedown into a chin lock here. As these two jostling for position in this main event. It's a big fight field here in St. Louis, Missouri. What a show it's been so far. And it all comes down to this. Our main event between Rhodes and Orton for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Orton chasing number 15. Rhodes looking to retain. As these two going back and forth here. Even so far in this one after the handshake to open the match. These have been jostling for position since then in this, and backovers by Orton. And Orton here asking Rhodes to bring it. And Orton counters there with a knee to the midsection. And Orton our team with some shots of his own here too. The American Nightmare. But the question is, which version of Randy Orton are we going to get? Are we going to get the future Hall of Fame and a man who's been basking in the adoration of the crowd for the past couple of years? Or we're going to get the Viper, the sadistic version of himself, the apex predator, the legend killer, as Rhodes off the ropes. Orton looking for that scoop slam, but Cody knows him more too well. And Rhodes now teed away early in this one. Going for the bionic inside the opening 3 minutes here. And Cody gets it. Shooting big and early is Rhodes. Pause, if you know what I mean about that. But yeah, Rhodes now looking for the Alabama Slammer, but Orton turns it around into a powerbomb there. So these two know each other all too well. Orton the tutor. Rhodes the mentee. The tutee, sorry. As Orton in control of this one. And an axe under to the back there. Has got the champion where he wants him. Looking for that knee strike, but here is Rhodes with the quickness. And Rhodes kick to the midsection. Kick to the face. And Rhodes with a quick one. Scoops up Orton. But Orton kicks to that too. I want Cody Rhodes not from the very best in this industry. As Orton with some huge strikes there, rocking Rhodes over to the corner. Rhodes counters there though. And Rhodes again, kick to the midsection. There's the kick again. So Orton might have anticipated a punch this time. And a side effect by Rhodes. And Rhodes now challenging his inner Randy Orton. Dropping a knee across the forehead there. The crowd loving this one, and Rhodes is fired up here. You expect nothing less in this one from Rhodes. And Orton, no, there's the uppercut. As Orton now goes into the ground and pound here on the champion. Oh, this is a big fight feel. As big as a match gets. And Rhodes counters himself here with some forearms here. And Rhodes now looking to drop the elbow. Orton out of the way. And Orton, oh, okay, out of nowhere. For the title early on in this one. But Rhodes kicks that too. And just like that, it could have been over. Orton, as quick as it's ever been, hitting the RKO. Looking for World Title 15. Now locking in a double leg Boston Crab here. Sitting down deep on this one. And the champion here trying to fight his way out of this. Can Rhodes do so? After the RKO. Rhodes has been down since then. But Rhodes puts the leg here. Trying to fight out of this one. And Rhodes here trying to push away Orton. And does so there. As Orton now. Rhodes with another side effect. But Rhodes is down. After connecting with it. After that double leg Boston Crab doing damage to the lower back. And Rhodes now. Bulldog to Orton. As the American Nightmare. What's the they're looking for? The disaster kick. Caught him flush into the cover. But Orton kicks out to keep his world title hopes alive. So this hometown crowd of Orton would nothing more than I knew at the end of this one. But Rhodes is going to do whatever it takes to keep it. And there's the final cut. But Orton kicks out again. So these two know each other too well. Two of the very best to ever do it. Arguably the two very best we have in the industry right now. As Orton, the arm being wrenched on here. And Rhodes now with us locked in deeper on Orton. But can Orton fight out of this one here to keep his title hopes alive here as Orton's trying to do so. Rhodes with still locked in deep here, but Orton gets out of it. And Orton now grabs both legs, so looking for again another double leg Boston Crab. This time inverts it. Pressure being put onto the kneecaps there, being bent the wrong way. And also the lower back as always with the submission of Randy Orton locked in tight here. But Cody Rhodes fights out of it there. And Rhodes kick to the midsection. Kick to the face again. Orton being caught by that for the third time. But Orton counters there himself. As Orton here with a huge big back suplex there. As Orton again returns to the ground and pound it to the champion. Running down the 2 shots. There's huge rights and lefts. And that stomp from Orton. As the Viper in control, looking for perhaps a fall away stand, but Rhodes counters here with some elbows to the side of the head. And Rhodes looking for a pedigree, a move Orton knows all too well. But Orton is still in it. Well, Rhodes saw the opening, took it, but it wasn't enough. As Orton now on the receiving end of this huge left hit by the American Nightmare. And a stomp there to the midsection. As Cody him up, thinking figure 4 leg lock. Orton counters there, no. Knows that all too well himself, as he's trained by the Nature Boy Ric Flair from his days in Evolution. As Cody teeing away with some huge strikes, sending Orton staggering. Now into the corner is Orton. As Rhodes kick to the midsection. Rolls over, looking to scoop him up, but Orton counters with a punch to the face there. Knows that all too well. And now Rhodes again caught and exploded across the ring with an exploded suplex. As Orton basking in the adoration of his hometown crowd here tonight. The home field advantage for Orton. 20 years of history, the legacy days, the days where Orton would train Cody Rhodes, the days where Rhodes would carry the bags for Orton, travel with him. He saw, like Orton said, the best and also the worst that Orton had to offer in those days. As Orton again caught, hooked up and dropped again by Rhodes. But this time follows up, looking for a moonsault. Didn't get it. Orton rolled out the way of it just about there. And Orton there with the knee. A big mistake there from Rhodes, not judging the distance correctly, but Orton also moves slightly out of the way of it. The veteran instincts of Orton there kicking in without him knowing, but here's the new knee. There's the knee, sorry. That Rhodes delivered all yeah, I can't even speak earlier. To Cody Rhodes, and now being delivered to Rhodes, and blood has been spilt from the champion. And Orton spilling blood in the waters here. The instincts kicking in for the Viper. With the snap DDT. The spike DDT, sorry, into the cover. But Rhodes kicks out to keep his title run alive. Well, you knew this one was going to be good. It's been great so far. As Rhodes up on the shoulders of Orton, looking for the classic Argentine net breaker. And the Viper here listening to their voices maybe. The blood has been spilt from Rhodes, and his Orton maybe listen to those voices. So he brings down these few shots to the American Nightmare here. And you can see the blood on the mat. And Orton maybe just coming to for a second and realising what he was doing. And Orton here letting Rhodes get back to his feet. And well, this is what Rhodes wanted. It's telling Orton to bring it. And he's going to do so, but Rhodes counters there. A huge shot. Rhodes uppercut this time. As Rhodes now fired up, blood has been spilt in this one off the rope. Snap power slam. Orton's own manoeuvre against him. And Orton kicks out. Rhodes knew that wouldn't be enough to get the job done, but that was a message, I guess you could say, as Orton, as Rhodes asking Orton to bring it in, he's going to do so again. As Rhodes now off the ropes. Orton caught by Rhodes just about there with a shoulder tackle. Didn't really get all of it. Orton counters here. Orton dragon screw roll through. You see the blood pouring from the face of Cody Rhodes here tonight. He's in a bad way. As that knee strike has busted him open, as Orton now off the ropes with a snap power slam of his own. Showing Rhodes how it's done. But Rhodes kicks out to keep the title run alive again. The referee may have to step in at some point. Eddie Arangoli, official for this one. As Rhodes up on the shoulders of Orton, who's drops him down with a simple but effective Samoan drop there. And again, Orton just looking at his friend. And this is what Rhodes wanted as Rhodes fights out of it there. As Cody now sweeps the leg here, locking in a figure 4 leg lock. He gets it this time as it's cinched in deep here on Orton. I mean, that Orton knows too well. He would have been taught by Ric Flair how to get out of it most likely. But Orton can find a way out of it, and he's looking to do so, looking to reverse the pressure and force Rhodes to break the hold. And he's done so. And both men are damage dealt. And Rhodes kicked to the midsection. Disaster kick avoided. Rhodes counters again though. These two going back and forth here. Again a back elbow there. And Orton pressing by the back of the head. Uppercut to the back of the head down the neck. To the blood pouring from the face of Cody Rhodes. This is what he wanted. He wanted this version of Randy Orton, and he's getting it. Like Randy Orton said, be careful what you wish for. But the question is, are we getting the full version of that, or are we just getting slight glimpses of the old Orton? As Cody knee to the face there. And we know Cody Rhodes is not afraid to dish out haymakers when necessary, and is doing so here. As Rhodes has to dig down deep in this one. At this point in the matchup, in the deep waters there, Rhodes looking for a move that could end the career of Orton there with a vertebreaker. But Orton is still in it there. But the damage may have been done to that neck of Orton and on the back, that's how the surgery was done. And Rhodes here. With Orton where he wants him, Rhodes looking for the Cody cutter from the top. But again Orton kicks. And Rhodes is wondering what more he has to do to get the job done here tonight. As Orton now getting back to his feet, Rhodes though hooks him up into a simple but effective suplex. Again going after that lower back of Orton. So that well documented back injury that kept Orton out for such a long period of time almost ended his career. As Rhodes now top rope, looking to go big here, looking for a Hurricane Rana from the top. So the blood point from the face of Rhodes is fired up here. A crowd of 50-50 it seems. As Rhodes now going to the top rope here. Orton where he wants him. As Rhodes now looking for classic Cody Rhodes, but caught by Orton here. The Viper knows it more too well, like I mentioned. And Rhodes here in a bad way on the shoulders of Orton. And it's Snake Eyes by the Viper. And Orton now getting Rhodes back to his feet. Drives him back into the corner here. I think we know where Orton's looking to go here. Looking for the move he perfects and hits better than anyone. With a superplex to Rhodes, but both men are down. Again, Orton crushing that lower back. And crowd showing no appreciation for this great matchup we're seeing as Rhodes and Orton recover. And these two here, two friends, throwing shots here. And again, Orton's giving Rhodes exactly what he wanted. Rhodes wants the very best of all his opponents. And he asked for the best of Orton, and he's getting parts of it here tonight. I don't think we've got quite that level of Orton just yet. But there's still time to go. As both men now just throwing huge shots. And Rhodes asking Orton to bring it here. And does so. It's Rhodes again though. Again, as both men now throwing huge shots there. Who's going to win the exchange? And Rhodes just about does so. As Cody now crush Rhodes to Orton. But Randy kicks. And Orton can't believe it. Well, not Orton, sorry. Rhodes can't believe it. As Rhodes up with a forearm. And Cody now slowing it down to the pace that Orton would prefer. But it's deep into the match, we might prefer Cody Rhodes, who's targeting that cut. That's Rhodes now Kick to the midsection, caught by Orton. And the Viper spins Rhodes round into a spike DDT for a second time, but Orton's down himself here. And Orton with the arm over the chest. But Rhodes kicks out. Again. And Orton, well, maybe listen to the voices there. And Orton now. DDT. And Orton can feel number 15 in his grasp, but also can feel it slipping. As the Viper now, again up and down goes Rhodes. It's deep into the match with the simplest moves do the most damage. Will do a lot of damage. That's what Orton's doing there, going up to the back here of Rhodes and consider block point from the face of Rhodes here. He's in a bad way. And Orton now looking for this huge dancing knee strike again, but Rhodes out of the way. And Rhodes, uppercut. That's Cody here in the corner. Clothesline. That's Orton down. And Orton now out the way. Cody rolls through. Cody now. Huge shots there being thrown from the American Nightmare. And that sends Orton over the top rope there. And Cody now going to a deep place himself, trying to win himself on, trying to dig himself out of a rut. But a suicide dive to Orton. But what a matchup we're seeing here. And Rhodes with Orton back into the ring here. And Cody caught by Orton there with the uppercut. And Cody turns it back around himself there. These two are just even in this one. Even man, give it an inch. And Rhodes here. Kick to the midsection, looking for the pedigree, I think. And Orton with an RKO. But Orton. And well, Orton has Rhodes down, but Kevin Owens is making his way out here. And Orton with an RKO. So Owens stopping him from getting involved in this one like at WrestleMania he did. And well, Orton back into the ring. After that distraction from Kevin Owens and Rhodes by the crossroads. And Rhodes, just like at WrestleMania, it opens him up for a second one to retain. And Rhodes does so. What a match. What a main event. Not the outcome the fans wanted here in St. Louis, Missouri, the hometown of Randy Orton. But Rhodes retains, and what Kevin Owens came out to get involved. Maybe just like he tried to do at WrestleMania. What he was going to do at WrestleMania. Maybe he tried to do it to Orton, but Orton saw it coming. Went out, hit the RKO, got back into the ring. Rhodes recovered in that time period. Hit the first crossroads, then into the second. Well, actually the third of the matchup. And there was the final moment. Both men busted wide open in the end. And Cody shows why he is the champion. That's why he's been champion for over a year now. Retains here at Backlash. And what a main event we just saw. Blood spilt in the ring by both men. Most of that though was that man's right there, Cody Rhodes, who holds onto his title just. But questions need to be asked again. Was that the plan from Rhodes? I guess we'll have to find out on SmackDown as we end Backlash with Rhodes standing tall and retaining the title.